Howdy folks, Laxo here, and today we are going to take a look at Aizen. As you can see, we finally got Aizen, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at his skills, take a look at his war souls, and maybe do a little bit of team comps as well. Take a look at what team comps work with him. I don't have any battles lined up for you, unfortunately, but we'll just take a look at teams instead. So, as far as war souls go, what kind of war souls we're looking at? Honestly, anything that's tanky. He has pretty good crit resist chance, so you don't need crit resist chance. I mean, it's a plus, but you also want him to lose HP as well. So, what I'd say is go with damage reduction rate right here and block chance, which is actually not too bad. So, that's not bad. That's not bad. Honestly, this is probably not too bad either. Get a little bit of HP back when he gets crit. So, anything that's tanky is actually pretty good with him. What war soul do I have on him right now? I think I have... Oh, I don't have a war soul. Nice. Let's go ahead and toss on a war soul. Toss on this one. Alright, so with this war soul... Oh, what am I doing? This is not... I'm looking at Baragon here, unfortunately. Sorry about that, guys. Wait, was I looking at Baragon on this one too? No, I'm looking at Aizen on that. Sorry, guys. I'm not going to cut this either, so you guys just get to witness my mistake here. So, let's see. Nice, I already have War Soul of Armor on him. Perfect. See? So... what his numbers are looking like is damage reduction rate 90%, crit resist 64, not bad, block chance 75, not bad. So pretty good and very tanky numbers. Let's go ahead and take a look here at, as far as character war souls go, honestly, he doesn't need character war souls. I just have on Shinji or Sakanade. Just for a total war soul, so he doesn't need any character war souls. If you do want to run a character war soul on him, anything tanky would be great with him, you know. So anything good like that wise would be good with him. I don't think that there's like an exploit or anything you could use with Ichigo war soul and shields, so I don't think that's gonna work, but it's a good thought. Alright, let's go and take a look at his master skills. Deals damage to a single enemy plus additional damage equal to 10% of the target's total HP not to exceed 200% of Aizen's attack. There is a 75% chance to silence the target for 1 round. And that 75%, honestly, I'd say it probably feels like 75. Because it does happen pretty often, so... yeah. Master skill takes out a chunk of their HP and has a good chance to silence them, which is really, really nice. Not to exceed 200% of Aizen's... Honestly, it always gets to 200% of Aizen's attack because it does not take away 10% HP. Rage skill, which is why we all love Aizen. Deals damage to all enemies. Aizen gains a shield equal to 20% of his own total HP. Has a 20% increased block chance for 2 rounds. When the shield generated by this ability disappears or is removed via another enemy doing damage to him, it deals damage to each enemy target equal to 12% of their total HP, and there is an 80% chance to reduce the rage of enemy targets by 250. 80% chance. So that is essentially a free gain rage skill on both front and back row enemies. So he loses his shield, and pretty much the entire enemy team immediately loses 250 rage, and takes a little chunk of damage, equal to 12% of their HP. Do they take damage? I can't remember them taking damage, I'm not sure. But, nonetheless, that rage reduction is where it's at. You want the rage reduction. That's huge. That's why I always refer to him as a rage control unit, because when he uses his rage and he gets that shield, he reduces the rage of the entire enemy's team. Alright. What is this? An extra 15% damage reduction is good. Aizen has increased damage reduction rate. This is his passive. When Aizen and another Black Tortoise War Soul character on the battlefield, all allies take 15% reduced damage. When battle starts, Aizen provides the ally front row with a shield equal to 15% of his own total HP for 2 rounds. This doesn't overlap with his rage skill, so don't get that mixed up. But nonetheless, the extra shield is nice. But the big thing here is the 15% reduced damage rate. So if you want to toss on a character like Sodeno or another Black Tortoise War Soul, Soul Hall character, we are talking like Baragon, we are talking like Sodeno, Ulquiorra, and the last one is Koga. They work really, really well being in the same lineup as Aizen, because your entire team has 15% damage reduction, which is huge. And yeah, when they lose that shield, when he loses the shield, the enemy loses rage. So Aizen is just a absolute tank. He's a super tank. He is pretty good with his shield. He gets a lot of shields. And then on top of that, the rage reduction and the damage reduction for the entire team, it gets out of control pretty quickly. He can make a good team into a great team with just him and one other Black Tortoise War Soul or Soul Hall character. Alright, let's go ahead and take a quick look at some team comps here with him. So, if I did want to run him, as I said before, you can run him with any other Black Tortoise War Soul or Soul Hall character. We're talking this one, we're talking this one, we're talking this one, or of course Baragon, which Baragon is bad, so I'm not going to pull him out. So pretty much any of these units, but usually you'd want to run one of these two, or both. If you're feeling a little spicy, you can use both. I would probably only use one or the other. If you did want to swap out Sodeno for him, that way you get the extra rage. You get the extra percentage damage from the actual dot of Byakuya, which is pretty good. And at this point, you'd have to have one of each character. So for this, you can use... If you want to go with the super rage control team, you could toss out something like Yama. But if you're going to go for a lot of tanks here in the front row, you're going to want to have maybe a squishy character in the back row to actually do some good damage to the enemies. So we can toss out perhaps, let's see, honestly, having him back there is probably not a bad idea. And then for this team, you can toss out maybe something like that. And then for the final character, you want to have some pretty good damage, so you can toss out something like this. And look at that. You got an extremely tanky team. You got rage control here, rage control here. You got lowering the defense here and buffing your back rows here as well. Actually, swap those. There you go. And pretty solid team comp. Or what you could do is you can take her out. You can put him in. And you can take... if you want to run Aizen on a different team, you can run something like this as well. So now you have rage control. You have a little bit of healing here. A little bit of healing from your front row. You have a bunch of characters that'll attack your entire enemy team, which will do good. So a pretty strong overall team. Once again, you can mix it up a little bit more. Let's see. If you want to run, just completely remove all healing from the enemy team, you can go like this. Swap that there. If you want to do that, if you're trying to run Ulquiorra as a damage dealer, you can do that. I suggest this, though. And then for the dragon, you can take him out for sure. You don't need... Hello? Okay, I was gonna say, can't remove him. Honestly, I do like running Yama in these teams. He's just so good. Honestly, you have all the damage right here with Byakuya, so you don't necessarily need a ton of damage. And then for this team, honestly, you can just run something like this, maybe. Or if you're feeling a little spicy, you need a little bit extra crowd control, you can run this. No, I mean, this is a little bit of damage, not a ton of damage, and he does Rage Loop, so that's probably not a terrible idea. But he does need some more setup, so he's not going to be really doing too much damage here. You can run this again, you can run that again, any character that attacks the entire enemy team. Or if you want to go for a super tank team, go like this. That is a tanky team right there. That is actually an interesting team comp. I will actually say this is a little bit of a spicy team right there. But nonetheless, guys, you get the picture. And if you want, you can only run 2 of these characters. You can remove Byakuya, and then you could say, hey, I want to have a little bit more, I want to be a little more versatile. You could toss in some healing. You could toss in a little more rage control. You could toss in a little more healing reduction. You could toss in many different things, increase your rage. There are lots of different options you have if you do only want to run 2, which is not a bad idea because, once again, Black Tortoise or Soul Hall is usually pretty tanky. So run 2 super tanks in the front row, so it'll give damage reduction for your entire enemy or your entire team. And there you go. Honestly, Shinji's not too bad either because he has damage reduction as well. So, I'm sorry, yeah, damage reduction for your team as well. So, lots of team comps you can run with Byakuya. Unfortunately, he is just an overall great character to put anywhere. So, with that, you guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. If you guys want to download this game, feel free to check the description. I have the link for Temu Bleach in there. And I also, if you guys want to join my Discord, link will be in the description. And if you guys want to join my members only, check out a bunch of other videos. Check that as well. Till then, catch you in the next one. Peace. Peace.